Hello Aquarius, this is your October and beyond reading. So there has been something that you have been weighing up for a while in the Two of Coins here. And I'm really happy to see you finally made this leap of faith, Aquarius, because something was like this devil energy here, trying to pull you back from going towards your joy, going towards your passion. This Ten of Cups represents something that brings you an enormous amount of self-fulfillment, like it's kind of just like radiating happiness from this card usually. It could be something to do with your artistic or creative endeavors, or it could be something to do with family, maybe family, or if you have a relationship with children or a family of your own. But you have been making decisions around these kinds of people in your life, and you knew that what you were about to take on in your next steps. So I was looking at that energy for around the end of September, first week of October, decisions being made to finally push forward and go after what it is that you really want, and that's, it's going to really make you happy. Two tens in the reading, 10 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. You understand that by going for this and taking this leap of faith, look, we have following this butterfly here all the way to the 10 of Wands, which comes up next. And this is telling me that you know that this is going to be possibly back-breaking work that you're going to have to undertake, a lot of tasks, or just the pressure of it. You fear a little bit how much of this is going to weigh on you essentially. But I love to see the Devil and then the Lovers coming next, because I can tell that the devil energy is usually the ties that bind us, external restrictions or internal self-doubt habit. But the Lovers card, we have this butterfly again that we're following the way through, butterfly being like a symbol of transformation, rebirth, faith and belief in the unseen and the results that aren't there yet. You do have that around this endeavor, Aquarius. And the Lovers is the liberation from the ties that bind, and freedom with another. So you might be doing a joint partnership. It doesn't have to be with a lover or a romantic partner. Joint business partnership, a partnership with a friend, a fellow creative, if that is applying, or a venture with your family members. Six of Wands, success, an omen for success, victory, triumph. This person riding in on the horse and being like, I'm ready to be celebrated, thank you very much. It's very popular energy, and it's completion, and I think that you have high hopes for this project or whatever it is that you finally made the decision about taking a kind of chance on, something that I think makes you very happy. I think that the month of October, you'll probably see results around this, and you'll start to see good success stories coming in around this, or just at least you feeling pretty victorious. As the month draws to a close and we enter the month of November, the High Priestess, your intuition is going to be speaking to you extremely loudly, and tune into it or don't. So it might really be obvious to you, or you might really have to check in with yourself and have some quiet time alone so that you can get to the root of it, because some serious intuitive messages are coming in. We're going to look at these cards together and pull more to clarify, but what this could look like is there's two things coming through for me here: an uneasiness about how something is going to manifest. Seven of Coins, seven in the numerology of tarot is the number of manifestation and progress, but at the same time challenges, because without the challenge we wouldn't grow and make progress essentially. But so there's a duality to this card, where there's uneasiness about the unknown outcome. I thought about, the unknown basically, and that was probably one of the things that might have been keeping you in devil energy, the unknown element, of course. But the Seven of Coins could also say that by the end of the month, you may know that you're selling yourself short in an area of your life, possibly financially. Maybe you should be charging a little more for your product or service that you're offering, or whatever it is you're doing. Don't sell yourself short. And you might have some intuitive downloads around that. The other card coming through by the end of the month going into November so far is the Knight of Swords, telling me that you'll have a lot more motivation to share ideas with others, you'll be comfortable being in a back and forth, and actually it's more than just conversationally. You will be doing that too, but you guys will be designating, okay, so you do this please, I'll do this, kind of this strategizing. There is the word I was trying to think of. And also I'm getting a sense that something might come through maybe with the Gemini this month, perhaps a Gemini, or it doesn't necessarily have to be, but you kind of feel like, oh, should I say this, or they tell you a secret or something like that. Okay, Aquarius, let's look at these cards together and pull more to clarify. Let's keep going for you, Aquarius, clearing up the Two of Coins, the Ten of Cups, and the Devil card. And this is kind of being looked at for me as a past energy, late September into October. But remember, the timing and energy on these readings are fluid, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. So coming through with that, we've got the Page of Swords, along with the Emperor card. Okay, so you did make a move on something. It will take a while to get going, as I think the idea phase was mainly what you needed to get past first. That was almost the first hurdle, like the idea, okay, I have this idea, I'm actually going to act on it and take the leap of faith, even though something or somebody is holding me back. That something or somebody could be a patriarchal structure in your life, literally a father figure or somebody in authority, like a boss or something. Of course, it can be like just the patriarchy itself, or whatever your concept of that is, and kind of just holding you back mentally, even perhaps financially too, and perhaps, you know, hearing like, for just example, it doesn't have to be a creative pursuit that it was, but like, you know, an artist career isn't really realistic, you might hear. And the Ten of Cups, that doesn't really dwell in the realm of like realism, or else people attuned to Ten of Cups energy are very attuned to manifestation, and also, you know what, the reality that Ten of Cups people would see is actually closer to sort of a dreamy, sort of anything is possible, very much blurring the lines of what we conceptualize as reality and kind of transcendence into something more divine or spiritual. So it might have been something that was a little more unusual that you were pursuing. The idea phase has get going, great, and I feel like there was a lot of conversations happening recently and a lot of exchange of information, and while that might have started to come on really hot and heavy and quickly, all the information sharing and the talking about it and the planning, you are kind of aware that the physical labor involved, or like the action of getting it going, is going to take a lot longer than the initial let's get talking about it, while, you know, ideas are running really well at the moment. You could be considering stepping into a position of more power or leadership in your life, or stepping up to a role of greater responsibility, or like managing more people, a team lead, opening your own business, starting something of your own, and like carving out a space for yourself in the world to take up some space and kind of just feel like that you're supposed to be doing this. And I feel like that's the energy you're stepping into. The Emperor is really, really powerful energy. So as well as that, with the Emperor, you might be, however, trying to get free from the grips of perhaps something patriarchal, like I said, but it could have even just been a job or something that was like holding you back. Okay, great. Okay, let's have a look. If you are in business dealings with an Aries, that looks really good, or about to do something with an Aries, in communication with an Aries, that looks great. Okay, so let's have a look then. October looks like it's going to be a really successful few weeks now coming up for you. Let's have a look at the Ten of Wands, the Lovers, and the Six of Wands. Okay, so coming through with that, you've got the Hermit. There'll be a lot of attention on you, Aquarius. You might need to retreat a little bit from all of this recognition. And the Page of Wands. Okay, good news all round, I think, about getting something really going off the ground. And like, you can now sort of start to see a finished product here, the World card at the bottom of the deck. You can sort of see like how this could shape up to look like. And if not something around what you needed to happen, I talked about cycles ending with the Ten of Cups, 10 of Wands. The World card is very much like a 10 in terms of it's the end point of a cycle. So something is starting to turn around in the month of October. You're very much coming over the end of it. If there had been something that you needed to disclose to family or loved ones, or people that you work with like really closely, and it almost feels like, you know, maybe your business partners or something like that, you have approached them at least with it and have kind of shared it with the people you love. Now you know that there's just some like more logistical things to kind of finish off. But let me think about this. Basically, you might be getting so recognized this month compared to what you're used to, and that might just be like on social media, it might be in the real world, wherever it is, or just recognized by the people in your life more. It just seems like if you're an introvert, it might become a little much and you might want a hermit mode, retreat a little bit. But this was also talking about that going within part of the journey. So the hermit basically knows that all the answers are within. It's not going to hurt you to be getting a little bit of info from other people. Page of Wands tells me you're going to be you've been in contact with people by the looks of things since September, end of September, beginning of October, and starting from October onwards, it looks like you're going to be talking to even more people. It looks like you are going to be receiving good news, I suppose, and kind of eager to share this news in one way, but then at the same time, I feel like you want to quieten down as the month is kind of getting, like after this period of alignment and freedom and getting the ball rolling on something, it does seem like you need a bit of a break from it mentally, or like you need to figure out some things for yourself before you start communicating again. And maybe that's wise. Mercury is staying retrograde until 18th of October. And on the same day, your ruling planet Saturn stations direct after a 5-month retrograde, Mercury stationing direct after a 3-week retrograde. So after, I'm gonna say around the 18th of October, you may feel more like that there's more communication around you, it's smoother, it's more easy, and it's probably better timing for you to kind of make these communications, and it's probably going to be better and more advantageous. So that's pretty good if you take some time to reflect on what it is that you have to say to people before the 18th of September, before the 18th of October, kind of like relax, go inward, think about the conversation that you want to have, and then maybe push forward with it after that point around, let's say 20th, 21st of October. There is a full moon on the 20th of October, which is a natural kind of closing of a cycle energy anyway. Now we're going to look at the High Priestess, the moon energy here too. So let's say from around any point after the 20th of October, I'm seeing the High Priestess, the 7 of Coins, and the Knight of Swords. Let's have a couple of cards to clear that up. Beautiful. Your energy, Aquarius, the star. This is your major arcana. And what a stunning representation of this card. It's the Salvador Dali deck. I just think it's so pretty. And then what else have we got? We've got the Queen of Wands. This is really lovely energy. So, okay, so somebody might be telling you something. You're like, yeah, I already knew that. Okay, what else? But it puts you in a better position, whatever it is you hear, and especially if you've been kind of getting information, like it's like I almost feel like documents you need or some sort of information you needed to hear to be able to take something forward, and like, or it's all some sort of a secret is revealed, but it's not so new information to you. Maybe other people are hearing this information for the first time, and that just relieves you slightly. And by the end of the month, going into November, I think overall you feel incredibly optimistic. The Star card is a card of wish fulfillment and of optimism and alignment for the future. So the Queen of Wands is also very empowering. Maybe you have some Aries placements, Aquarius, and this could be a message to somebody with more heavy Aries placements, particularly, that you're kind of getting what you want and you have a lot of faith restored. Also, all Aquarius seems to be kind of like feeling more confident by the end of the month and more successful. So that's great. Let me see. Yeah, like if you've got something that's like, I don't know, really special and unique and individual, Aquarius, like you, do not be afraid to charge for it. Don't be afraid to don't sell yourself short, basically. 7 of Coins, where you're kind of like feeling resentful, like, and creatively zapped, not necessarily artistic creation is what I'm referring to, but like your energy to put out, basically the creative kind of yin energy to like to do, like to kind of give back, is like maybe being zapped if you're kind of selling yourself short. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, Aquarius, that was your October to November reading, and I will see you again soon. Thanks for watching, and please consider subscribing if you haven't already.